You are looking at my fingernail. This is my fingernail on my right hand. This is what I use to hold my picks. And when I come on my guitar and I'm playing, now hold on, let me get back to normal. When I'm playing, I hold my pick down and I strum down on my guitar strings. And as I'm doing that, the front of my nail there gets beat up by the strings. Those are steel strings that is going across. And I have what I call a very hard attack when I'm going to play my guitar. And so I end up with damaged fingernails. Well, I am about to go in and get my fingernail, that one, just the one fingernail, get some gel put onto it. And here I am. And I'm going to go to Sunlight Nails. You see it over there? Sunlight Nails. And that's here in Bellevue, where I live. And I'm going to get my nail repaired. Now, often guitarists have this kind of a problem. I know James Taylor famously has problems, and what he ends up with is bleeding fingernails as he's doing a show, and I've been guilty of that quite often too. As I've been performing, that I have a long performance and my nails just get beat to pieces and I end up bleeding all over my guitar. And that's not a pretty sight. James Taylor has a whole regiment that he does of using resins and fiberglass and other stuff to fit to his fingernail and to put on a covering over that fingernail so he doesn't get that problem. Other guitarists will use fingernail replacements. I guess there's a fake fingernail that you put on over it. I've done that before. I didn't like it because it tends to pull back on my nail when I'm strumming, and if I come back and it catches a string, it pulls on it and it hurts. And so I prefer to go with a gel. They have a gel that will work on the finger, and it will solidify that. You'll see a little blue light thing that I put it under, and that's going to repair it. But I'm going to go in and get my nail fixed. And what's your name?
My name David.
David.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Not do the same the last time. I do different way.
Okay.
You need a strong nail, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you still going to use gel?
No.
What are you going to do?
I do the powder.
Powder? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It'll be a first for me. I've never done powder before. And that's all there is, huh?
No more.
Oh, okay. No blue light?
No. I'm finished for smooth on the top.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So there you are. That's how I fixed my finger with the help of David. Say hi, David. So I'm back from getting my fingernail taken care of. I don't know how well you can see this, but I'm going to try and get a close-up of it. So it looks, they buff it out a little bit so it looks like the other fingernails. No, I don't color it and I don't gloss it over. But this is one of the picks that I use. It's a very hard pick. And if you take a look at the finger, it's very hard to push that down, whereas the other fingernails, very easy to push those in. Can't push that down. That powder that he's using is really very powerful powder. So I'm just going to give a little example of the kind of thing that I do when I'm playing my guitar. I strum really hard. I have a downward motion like this, and it goes against all these metal strings here. And I almost have my finger flat when I'm going across, so I can get bleeding up and around here and everything, and it just tears up my fingernail if I don't have some kind of protection on it. And here's an example of one of the songs that I would do that gets me in trouble with my fingers. This is one I wrote with Vinny Ribas. It's coming up on the new album. It's called Like Don't Always Mean Love. I should get the right line. You read between my lines, but I never wrote anything there. I don't know my own mind, but for you it's all perfectly clear. I like this. So that's essentially how the song sounds. That's how much I'm driving the guitars. And I'm just pounding it. And if you can imagine me doing that for a couple hours during a show, you can see why I need to get my fingernails fixed every so often.